Welcome back to Rexford. Continuing the series where I share my techniques for creating in Photoshop. This time we're going to learn how to change color on anything to any color, even black and white. Let's get started. To start things off, I have this image of Sonic the Hedgehog and we are going to add a hue and saturation adjustment layer. In this case, I want to change the blue into a different color. What I can do is click this hand icon and then click once on the color that I want to change. In this case, it's the color blue. At first, you might think nothing happened, but if we move both of these sliders to the right side, you can see it has targeted the colors we want to change. However, as you can see, the selection isn't perfect. Some parts of these hands and the shoes are selected and we don't want that. At the bottom, we can see a couple of eyedropper tools. One with the plus icon and the other with a minus icon. So if you want to deselect an area, we have to use the eyedropper with the minus icon. And of course, if you want to add some unselected parts, we can use the plus eyedropper tool. This is just one way to do it. Another method is by adjusting these sliders. Right now, we can see the range for the blue is selected, but we can move those sliders manually and add more to the sample color. Something to keep in mind is when a slider disappears from one corner, it appears from the opposite corner. So I'm going to select the blue color range, and once I'm happy with my selection, I'm going to reset the hue and saturation by double clicking on their name. Now if we move the hue slider, look at that. We can change the color to any other color. We can adjust the saturation, and using the lightness slider, we can actually change the color to even black and white. Pretty cool, right? Something to point out is whenever you click somewhere else and come back to the adjustment layer, you might think the settings have reset it. But no, if you remember, we changed the blues of this image. So if you click this drop down menu and select blues, you can see the settings we have saved. Now this is cool and all, but this method doesn't work all the time. For example, I have this image of Jimmy Neutron. If you want to change the color of the t-shirt, you'll notice it also targets the face and hair. No matter how much effort you put into adjusting the sliders or sampling the colors, you won't get the accurate selections. This is because the t-shirt color matches the skin tone colors. Or imagine if you want to change the color of something white and you have no colors to sample at all. In these situations, different approaches are needed. In these cases, what we can do is make a selection. I'm quickly going to make a selection, and for the sake of this tutorial, I won't be too accurate. With this selection active, we are going to select hue and saturation adjustment layer, and it will be created with that mask selection. And now whenever you change the color, it only affects the t-shirt. Here's another scenario. The object is white, so we don't have a color to sample. In this situation, we need to make a selection of the parts we want to change the color of. And I already made a selection, so I'm going to load that now. While that selection is active, I'm going to add a solid color adjustment layer and change the blend mode to color. Next, I'm going to add a levels adjustment layer. Copy the same layer mask from the solid color adjustment layer by holding Alt and dragging it to the above mask. And it will ask me whether I want to replace that mask with this new mask, and I have to click yes. Now adjust the levels to get the right color. Now if we go back to the solid color layer, we can change the color to whatever we want. Same goes for the scenario where the object you want to change is black. Just use a curve adjustment layer. Use the hand tool to target the area where you want to change the brightness, and then add a solid color adjustment layer and change the blend mode to color. Now you can change the color to whatever you like. I hope this video was useful to you. Be sure to check out my other videos as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.